Hey nesters, welcome back to Nesting Haven. Today we are doing some thrift shopping at Goodwill. I first looked at the linen section here. I found some really gorgeous 1970s era linens. This here was a beautiful bed sheet. I absolutely adore these colors. And a little bit later, I actually ended up finding the matching pillowcase. It was in a different area, so I was happy I went ahead and looked. I was curious if there might have been, and there was for sure, so that was a lucky find. And here's the pillowcase, like I said. So if you ever see anything that should have something else that goes with it, be sure to check throughout the store because the pair might actually be there somewhere. They just didn't know that they went together. They must have got divided in the process of donation, so always look. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't even care what these ended up being. I just love the material. So 1970s, so perfect, only $3. And what I believe they are valances for top of a large window. So there's quite a bit of material there. I couldn't walk away from it. I just adore it. So I really hit the 1970s jackpot today with decor. This was a gorgeous chair for only $10. They were asking for it. It was in near perfect condition. The back was all made of wood. They had some nice leather on it, and the arms were leather as well. The only issue it really had was one of the seat buttons were, like, fabric was off of it there, or was missing. So, I mean, maybe a lot of people think this is hideous, but I thought it was really gorgeous, and I so wish I could have got it. I just didn't really have the spot for it in my house right now, but man, that was a gorgeous chair. What I found next was a really beautiful vintage towel rack. It had this beautiful lucite handle on it, and it was wooden there, nice varnished wood, so I thought this was pretty fantastic. The perfect size for a bathroom. Now I know I'm going to have a lot of people in the comments say, you should have got the tree! It was only $6, and I did think it was really fantastic, but I knew, me personally, I wouldn't really put it to good use, and someone would come along and definitely enjoy that. And I actually saw an older gentleman cashing out with this as I was cashing out, so I thought that was pretty great that he was able to find that, and I'm sure he was going to do something really great with it. But something I did believe I could find a spot for was this amazing butterfly shelf. I'd never seen anything like this before. So it's quite large. I don't know if I love it in the white color. It might end up being painted, but I just thought it was so phenomenal. I'm not really sure what I would use the shelving for either. I might just use it as the butterfly as just kind of like a statement piece of wall art. But how cool is that? A butterfly shelf. Never seen it before. It took me quite some time to find the price tag on this. I thought they didn't have it marked, but I did eventually see it on the inside there, and it was only $6. What a deal. Another really neat find I found was this cool mug shelf. So there was a little door on it and a nice kind of stained glass, and it said mugs on it, which I thought was kind of interesting. Personally, I have more coffee mugs than would fit in this, so it was kind of impractical for me, but I just thought that was so fun. Someone that is a little bit more tame in their collection of mugs can definitely get some good use out of that. My millennial was showing because I had no idea what this was for. It looks like something to do with ironing, which I don't do, so I wouldn't even know how to use it. So this rust orange color is my favorite color right now. I love brown and the combination of brown and this orange. And I just didn't think it was practical just to pick up one skein. Is it skein or skein? I think it's skein of yarn. And, you know, I was like, what am I going to do with it? I really wanted it, but I was trying to be practical. I was like, I don't think I'm going to use it for anything. I just like the color. They were only asking $6 for this lot of thread here, which probably was a really great deal. I'd actually never seen the thread on the longer rolls like this before, and I could see this making for a really nice like Valentine's Day display. So I came across two of these iron transfer patterns. The first one was a butterfly themed with the different days of the week on it. And this next one was my favorite with the different, I don't know, like task, I guess, the homemaking task. And it had the little lady on it. I thought that was pretty adorable. I have seen some linens with these done on it before, but I've never come across the patterns to make them myself. So that should be a fun little project. Hopefully I can come across some nice pillowcases or something to go ahead and try these out on. On the top shelf, this linen caught my attention because it was floral, of course, and when I unrolled it, it actually had a bunch of knitting needles in it. They're really large. I've never seen them like that before. The larger one was missing one, and so I decided to leave it behind. I thought about it, getting it, but it wasn't a complete set. I did look around the shelf to see if I could find the other needle that was supposed to go inside, but I can crochet a little bit. I've never tried knitting before, but I'm always intrigued by it, so I'll keep looking for some kind of a cool set like that. So I came across this idea on Pinterest where I could use one of these muffin tins and put my kids' paints in it when they're going to paint. So it's kind of contains it and makes it not so messy with all little different little bottles. So I thought that was a fantastic idea. This one here seemed like too many spots, so I ended up going back to that smaller one and just grabbing that so my kids can do some art. So I do look at the clothing, but I find it hard to film it when I'm looking because you kind of really have to dig through the little racks there. They have everything packed in pretty well. But if you guys are interested in me showing some of the more clothing stuff I get, let me know in the comments. I don't typically share it too much, but if there's an interest, I don't mind. I saw this here as a really pretty vintage shirt, a little small for me, but I just thought it was really gorgeous here, so I wanted to share that with you guys. So I love to scan the books, especially looking for any kind of homesteading type of book. I found this visual food encyclopedia I thought was kind of neat, so I did end up grabbing this here. This colonial crafting book was pretty neat. Do you guys ever get overwhelmed when you're trying to check through all the books? I did see this one here, little folk songs book. It's really cute. I love the graphics on it. And then the inside has a bunch of music notes. It's like sheet music with the lyrics and stuff for various songs. So I just thought that was really fun. I thought this book was beautiful, the Viking poetry book. And personally, I don't really get into the fictional kind of books. I am kind of an old soul in the fact that I would like to get something that I could really ponder on. So poetry is a good thing for that. And, other than that, I'm usually going ahead and gravitating towards anything I can learn from. So, once again, like the homesteading kind of books. I did find a book on square foot gardening, which I've been wanting to try in my raised beds, so I did end up grabbing that. I don't always remember they have this bin, but at my Goodwill, when you buy 4 regular books, you can get one free out of this bin, so I was able to go ahead and sift through that real quick and snagged one. So you guys will have to help me out here and let me know what exactly this tool was. I know you can, there's a little bolt there where you can screw it on the side of your table. It's very similar to the meat grinder, which I have one of those, but I don't know what that one was. They have this cool old tape player. I think it actually might have been for like a VHS tape. Like, I'm not really sure. It seemed too big to be for cassette, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what that was. But see here, this is the meat grinder. I have something similar to that, but I have no idea what the other tool was. This lamp was kind of cute here with the old kind of stove. They had this really cool old trunk in the front here. It's kind of a linen cloth, a little stained up, and may have been able to get cleaned up. They were asking $40 for it, which is why I decided to leave it behind. If it was $20, I probably would have gave it a try to get the stains out. It had those 1970s vibes to me, so I did kind of like that. So they had this beautiful rattan set here. I believe I ended up seeing that it wasn't vintage. It was from like Target not too long ago. Obviously had that really gross stain on the side of it. And so I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get that out. I don't know what that was, but if it was vintage, I was definitely going to snag it and attempt it. But I think, like I said, I found that it was a more modern piece, so I decided to pass on that. It was kind of large too. I'm not sure that I really have a spot for that. So I thought this box was super neat. It's an old metal container of sorts. I'm not sure what they originally had put in it. I'm almost thinking like old film reels, because on the top of it they had labels. This one said 1951, and this one over here I think it said 1930, 1939 to 1950. So I would be interested what they actually had stored in them. They're really neat though. Now let's check out everything that I ended up thrifting today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I super appreciate it, and we will catch you in the next one. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you then. Bye.